Welcome to Conversations with Mrs Fash. Some children are raised and some children grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children? And if you're a teenager out there, I'm asking you, are you being raised or are you just growing?
No, Dad, I can't just study medicine because you studied medicine.
The perspective the boy is giving, like for the example, it might not be the same perspective that the girl is going to tell her parents.
It's about, we taking it to be about us and not about the child.
It's a beautiful day, can you tell? Welcome to Conversations with Mrs Fash, where we strongly affirm that some children are raised and some children just grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children or are they just growing? To help us shed more light into our deep parenting secrets, deep parenting concerns, we have today a very wonderful uncle of mine, someone who is so passionate about Gen Zs. He loves Gen Zs a lot. He loves young parents. He's one person, one shoulder I get to run to every time I feel I'm not understanding what's going on. I mean, I'm so happy. We're privileged today to have him on the show with us. Welcome. I call him my beloved Uncle Joe. Welcome, Pastor Joseph Olorunfemi.
Thank you.
Have you ever heard me call you that?
I think it's the first time.
This is the first time. Very odd, because you're my beloved Uncle Joe.
I think this is the first time.
Thank you for being here. It's such a huge honor to have you here.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you for all you do. Thank you for...
Thank you.
This is one man that has like 20 children in his house. He loves children so much. He's someone who never gets tired of seeing that what he did in the last generation is doing for the next. We celebrate you. On behalf of the many children you've raised, thank you so much. I told you.
Thank you.
There's a particular mentee of mine from the Faith Foundation space
Yes, you
that
did.
was taught by you.
Yeah,
And I mean,
you
when
did.
she said one of the teachers that have left a permanent mark, immediately she said, Mr. Joseph Olorunfemi. I said, that's my beloved Uncle Joe. I mean, that's one thing that he does and he's still doing. Thank you for that, sir.
Thank you. It's my pleasure being here.
Welcome.
Thank you.
So, sir, we'll be talking about how disapproval, silent disapproval, can shape a child's life. You know, it's just expected that while authority lies in the hands of parents, the children still have a right over their choices because they are taught and trained to think critically. And when thinking, it's only normal that they have an idea of what they want for themselves. But when they bring these ideas before the parents, sometimes those ideas are met with very firm, not subtle disapprovals, very firm disapprovals, and those disapprovals tend to shape the way those children think. What do you think about the disapprovals? Do you think it's the prerogative of the parent to say no whenever they think a response should be a no? Or do you think there should be a better way to look at these disapprovals?
I think life is in stages.
Okay.
So as these children grow from one stage to another stage, you then think of the stroke you will use, the style, the pattern. And when they are growing, there are times absolute disapproval. You stand your ground. But it gets to a particular time, you just tell them, these are the pros, these are the cons, these are the benefits, these are the based on my experience in life. Now, it then left for them to know which they pick. At times, my children will just come, and that day, I've got something I want to discuss with you. I said, it's okay, what do you think? I said, well, if you want to hear my candid opinion on this, but it all lies on your hands. You take the best decision.
That's why I said Uncle Joe is the best person. See how you're speaking, Uncle Joe, like you're not an African parent. So you still say if. There's an if.
Yes,
Number two,
yes.
you say these are the options,
Yes,
the pros, the cons. You're
I-
patient enough to tell them, and you're going somewhere.
Yes.
So what is wrong with you saying, in this house, it's a no?
Over a period of time, I've come across quite a number of children. Initially, I would say no to some. I've been in the business for quite a while, not my biological children at times. But sitting back, I'll call them back. I said no the other time, but let's look at it. Let's look at it. If you go this way, we'll get to this junction. You get to this, will you be able to have this eventually? Wouldn't you have saw your hands in the course of running this thing? So my own biological children and some other children in the course of life, I will tell them, okay, look at this. This is where you get to. This one will take you to a better end, while this one will take you to the best end.
So that means you recognize that those disapprovals can bring a permanent...
You see, you can't tell a child no without telling the child the reason for saying no. And if that reason is not genuine, probably the reason is because of you. You know, at times we disapprove certain things because of us.
So when did you come to this realization? Were we not all raised? I'm assuming our generation, your generation, sir, maybe your parents would say, is what I want.
You know, I had opportunity to listen to people, had opportunity to listen to programs like this too. And I could be that unknown man, very stubborn, and I wouldn't want to bend. That was the way we were raised. I'm from a family where we don't give a damn. I know it's a no, a yes is a yes. Our father is coming, you run inside, you do this. But I want to raise children that when they see me, they don't run out inside, they run to me. And the only way you can do that is to discuss issues. In this part of, like you said, the way we were raised, in that era, you don't discuss issues, you take order. And
those negotiate.
Those children will tell you, it's my father. I've had a child who said, when I finish, I'll give the certificate to my father because the certificate belongs to my father. Then I'll then go to study what I want to study.
The certificate belongs to my father.
The certificate belongs to my father.
I did it for you.
So we have that. So like I said, I listen to programs. Then I've always had it in mind right before I got married that I call my wife mine. That we're going to raise a family where our children will be able to approach us, be able to tell us issues. Like the last time my son came home and I said, Daddy, come. When will you be free? I said, I'm free now. If it is for you, I'm free. He said, let's discuss. And he was asking some questions. I shared my experience. I told him what I went through, how I did it. And at the end, I said, Daddy, thank you. And at times when we were talking, we say, you guy, you don't understand. I say, yeah, that is the guy. So we will laugh, we will do quite a lot of things. So that just.
So you think that era of having firm disapprovals is gone?
I think so. Though we still have quite a number of parents that are practicing it.
And it works.
Some is working for them, but I think the better one is you getting a way to reach them. They are human beings. They can discuss. Let them know.
So do you agree with me that part of the ills of parenting in the last, I don't want to say last century, let's say maybe the previous generations was the approach, especially the approach that did not allow for inclusivity?
Exactly. We are human, irrespective of the age. Our feelings must be considered as such.
Very, 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 very balanced. I'm sure the children out there would say, why is my dad not like Uncle Joe? Come and listen to Uncle Joe so we can do things the same way. Okay, so I also want for you to tell us, let's look at long-term effect and long-term benefit of some of these things, especially for a child who wants to navigate his career path and is faced with options. You know, today a child will say, this is what I want to study. Tomorrow they'll say, I don't even know if I want to study this again. You know, those things happen. And there are a few times, like my son said he wants to be a footballer. And in my head, I'm like, hey, you want to set yourself up for failure. When is retirement age of footballers? And you know, you point the one out of the millions to say, what about Neymar? What about Messi? What about this? But in my head, I want to do a very firm disapproval to say, no, you did not go to this primary school only to turn out this way. So how best do you think parents can introduce disapprovals that the children will see reasons with them?
The number one thing is that the parents must be well equipped with information. Let me pick it from that point of your child. We have some schools in Nigeria of today that all they do is football academy. So they learn and they play football. Unlike you just playing every Saturday, thinking somebody will come and scout you somehow, that might take a long way. So that could be a kind of a long route. But there are schools today. I know one in Ogun State, another one in Port Harcourt, a football academy. You go to that place, people will go there to scout those children. So football is not a failure. One can get there. Now, talking about a long-term effect, it's often said that if a child lives with criticism, he learns to condemn. So,
can you say that again, sir?
If a child lives with criticism, he learns to condemn. So, over a period of time, you see that child nagging, condemning. That is the atmosphere the child lives through his life. So the effect of that does not only stop with that child. The child gets to transfer it eventually to the spouse when that one gets married, and if case not taking, he wants to raise his children the way he was raised or the way she was raised, depending on that. So the effect, you can't just, you can number it. It's quite much. And talking about the benefit, you see, if I recognize you, there is an honor in it. There is where you feel, okay, so I belong to this family. Call your child. It's okay, Ada, whatever the name is. This is what I'm thinking. This is what I'm thinking. What do you think? Say, mommy, no. Daddy, no. It should be this. It should be this. Okay. Can you tell me your reasons? You make them think. And you realize that they will converse beautifully. So it all depends on that individual, and the effect is something that if not curb, is going to keep affecting people you meet. You say, oh, this lady, this man, why is it like that? You just want to have your way. That is the way he was raised. That's the way he was raised.
Wow. Everything truly starts and ends with the kind of parenting that people are exposed to.
Exactly.
We have to go on a quick break. By the time we return, I want to talk about non-verbal cues. You know those non-verbal cues, those yimu, all of those things, how they affect the psyche of some of our children.
It's okay.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Move from that seat. You really want to hear this. See you shortly. Welcome to Conversations with Mrs Fash. Some children are raised and some children grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children? And if you're a teenager out there, I'm asking you, are you being raised or are you just growing?
No, Dad, I can't just study medicine because you studied medicine.
The perspective the boy is giving, like the example, it might not be the same perspective that the girl is going to tell her parents.
It's about, we taking it to be about us and not about the child.
Welcome back. It's still Conversations with Mrs Fash. And yes, we have the very intelligent Pastor Joseph Olorunfemi, who's talking to us about how best to handle disapprovals. Because, I mean, as far as you're a parent, you don't have to agree with everything your children present to you, but how do you express it? How do you disapprove of whatever you're disapproving of? Are you aware that disapprovals have a way of shaping a child's life, killing their esteem and making them believe they are not good enough? All right, so just before we went on the break, Pastor Joseph was talking to me about supportive discipline. I mean, an alternative to the disciplinary methods we're used to. And he has said that the best way to parent children is for the generation they live in, not the generation you were raised in. So, sir, I'd like for you to enlighten us. What do you mean by the term supportive discipline?
Supportive discipline. People keep talking about children are not disciplined. We need to discipline the use
Should
of
we
care.
flog? Should we abuse them?
Flogging, it's not a discipline. It could be part of it, time immemorial, but there are better way we can do it. For example, when a child commits an error, the first thing I do is ask the child to write. Write what you have done. After that, you might end up writing like 3, 4, 5 letters, depending. So write what you have done. Then after that, write what you have done better. Now, after that one, okay, write what punishment you think I should give unto you. Now, do you know what you achieve? You've been able to get the time of that child. You've been able to help that child. Because you can't write anyhow. You can't write bad English and bring it to me. So you need to take your time and write simple and correct English. So you are teaching that child the aspect of letter writing. You are teaching that child to be accountable to his action. You are teaching that child to have that kind of impulse. Before you do something else, I will write to. So there are a lot of things you will do, and eventually, and eventually you will apologize to me. Apologize to your mother if it's at home. You apologize to your teacher if it's in the school, depending. So there are quite a number of things we can do
to make discipline work.
Exactly, to make discipline work. So this is not just. In fact, I remember when I was in secondary school, I will always be proud. You want to flog me? Give me 6. I'll leave the stage with pride, and students will be clapping. Hey, and that was where we were
Were you
trained.
always putting on jeans underneath, or you?
No, the issue of beating and flogging, what you just do, put your mind off that flog. Be thinking about something good, something beautiful that you have experienced before. So the person beating you, just beating your skin, you will not feel it.
Like injection.
Exactly, like injection. So we had that method there. So you see a student you want to flog. No, there are better ways to do it now. So supportive discipline will help you.
We help a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so sir, I also like for you to tell us this silent cues. Maybe is predominant in the Yoruba side, Yoruba part of Nigeria, some other countries. I've even seen some foreign videos where people, Yimu is not, we have a Yoruba name for it, but Yimu is everywhere. And then some of those silent cues, the eyes, the silent feeling you give to a child, especially openly, I feel it has a very tough way of dampening a person's spirit. Do you agree?
Yes, it does, though, depending on the atmosphere.
Okay.
I remember I had one change association because of that.
Wow.
What happened? I was with a couple, and somebody greeted and passed, and the wife just faced the husband and does something like this. Look at you. These were the people I was actually looking at. So I changed association because of that singular thing, and I'm not afraid to say it anywhere. So for you to see, if I wasn't the person they were actually referring to, if I could see it and I felt, okay, this thing is wrong, how much more if I were to be in the picture? So we see it today, but at times in a very relaxed atmosphere, you might be talking to somebody. I was just joking about that, but other side. But when you meant it, it's something that could kill morale of any child. It could kill the morale of any child. They say, oh, they lost interest in me. I think we should all watch ourselves as we relate with children, adults, and whoever. It is something that everybody should actually work on.
Especially even if it's not in your child, your family. Sometimes people just lose themselves at meetings. Before you know it, somebody else stands up.
I think it's
You're
becoming
bringing-
aimant now. That's what I would say. They will need treatment. It's becoming, they will need treatment. It's becoming. You might not know, not until somebody goes.
Is it a problem of etiquette? Is it a problem of environment? Because it's
I would say environment, because of the area they have lived, because of the people they have lived with. They did not say anything wrong in it.
yes.
So people have come in terms with it that we can use it, but
So
it's
bad.
wrong.
It's bad.
It's wrong.
It's bad. It's wrong. So
It's
it's
wrong.
just like a teacher telling you about your child. We're not saying no, my child is not like that. But even if so, that also takes me to the next part of this discussion before I let you go, sir. When you hear a news about your child that has been found to be true, or maybe not found to be true, but there are clear evidence lying on the table showing that it's possible that your child did what he or she is accused of, what should be the right posture of the parents?
You see, people often live in denial. They live in self-denial.
Okay.
They don't want to accept the truth.
Sir, do you think it's denial, or they don't want to openly?
It is. They will tell you, no, I know my child. They've forgotten that these children, John at home might sometimes be different from John in the church.
Very
and
true.
John
In
at
the
school.
Yes.
So you see different faces of John. I can remember vividly who I was when I was at that age. I was different at home, different, this one different in the school.
Oh my God.
As I was growing up, I tell my children, I said, so I know myself. I knew who I was there. I could, and I was so funny that I can give you different Joseph at different times.
The Joseph you want.
The Joseph you want, I know the
Select
Joseph.
your pick.
Exactly.
You want.
So now when you tell me about my children, the first thing I want to do, I just say, okay, I'll work on it. I'll call the child.
So it's not good to be defensive and say,
Even
this thing you said.
Now let me tell
Not
you,
my
even
child.
if my child did not do that thing,
Yeah.
I still need one-on-one with that child.
Yeah.
I will not deny it there, outrightly.
Okay.
Because you said my child did something, you have seen something.
Okay.
Can I talk with him?
Okay. Or can you give
Can
me
I
some
talk?
time to look into this?
Then I will get
So
back
you're
to
not-
you.
Yes.
So
yes,
I'll go
yes,
back to this child.
Yes. Yes.
Tell me this.
Yes.
Tell me this. Tell me
What
this.
of, so what do you have to say about those parents? I'll say, I know. Even if it's true. What do you think about it?
Some of them look at their self-ego.
No, those that will even say, I even know he did more.
Okay.
I know he did more. Or some of those parents will say, beat him more, beat him, anything you want to do.
Do
Do you think it's a knowledge or exposure problem?
I think it's an exposure problem.
Exposure, right?
They don't actually know they are children. Because the child is, beat him, that's what he does. That might not help that child.
Yes.
There are better way
Yes.
to help that. Because that child too will not feel happy hearing you telling the teacher, deal with him. Say, stop or something. The boy will assume and will put on that coat from every time you keep saying, my mother knows that I'm stubborn. And he wants to show you that he's stubborn.
I wonder when people come to my office and they say, maybe right in front of the child, I'm not here. I'm not one of those parents that spare children. Oh, beat him.
It's either they heard it
Beat
somewhere
her.
or that was what their parents told them.
And these days I get to tell them, no, I'm going to help, but I won't beat. If you want to beat.
So people are used to that. They felt by the time they say that, they know that, because they felt beating, flogging is the only solution.
Yeah.
And they forgot it. Even goat, you don't beat goat anyhow.
So do you want, just as we wrap up, do you also believe that flogging children is a form of abuse?
It could be. At
Okay.
times, it could be
Might not.
correction
Okay.
because of our environment.
Yeah.
But I think I can't remember
You strongly
now.
dissuade.
I can't remember now. When last I flogged my children, I can't remember now. But there are a lot of discipline. We just, with eye contact, just shake my head. That means it's no. And when I say no, it's on that issue. No, you can then ask me, Daddy, why did you say no? I'll tell you the reason why I said no on this small. You can have it now.
So Uncle Joe, you're not. It's no, and no is final.
No. No cannot be final.
No cannot
Maybe
be final.
then no was final. You don't come, but
No
now
should not be final.
no should not be final.
No should not be final.
No,
No should have. This is the reason why. there's
Yes,
no.
no should have reasons.
Thank
No
you so
cannot
much.
and should not
You
be
know the way
final.
these guys. No wonder those Gen Zs love you, because no is not final with those Gen Zs.
You know, I was talking somewhere of recent, and I told them, I said, those teens, they are the most obedient set of children, but people wouldn't believe. Yes,
Yes, people wouldn't believe.
people wouldn't believe.
Yes.
Obedient, calm,
I think
they will
so.
do whatever you
I
ask them
happen
to do.
to agree with you.
It
Uncle
all
Joe.
depends on the way.
On the way.
you
Thank
handle
you
it.
so much. Thank you. Uncle Joe, you need to open an academy for men. Welcome to
Thank you so
Conversations
much for
with
being
Mrs.
on the
Fash.
show.
Some children are raised and some children grow. So the real question is, are you raising your children? And if you're a teenager out there, I'm asking you, are you being raised or are you just growing?